I was just checking out the one-year chart for iron ore, and it's really a big dipper. I mean, after hitting the highs in July of last year, we absolutely cratered going to the end of last year. Tried to come back, and now, of course, we're taking another leg lower as China's been under lockdown, and there are increasing concerns about the global economy. Where do we go from here?
Yeah, we've certainly seen a lot of volatility in iron ore prices, as you say, over the last year. There was a strong acceleration in the fourth quarter into the new year on the anticipation of stimulus in China and trying to ease up on their property restrictions and get the economy reaccelerating. But of course, that's all come to a grinding halt with the COVID lockdowns, quite widespread. It's not just Shanghai, as we've heard earlier, it's about a third of the country. And that really is disrupting an awful lot of the demand, the construction activity, the factories. And China is about 70% of seaborne iron ore imports. So if China's having a lot of difficulty on the demand, that really does impact the global price. So yeah, we've seen prices pulling back quite a long way. Certainly the sentiment at the conference, everyone's going to be asking, when is that going to turn around? Obviously, we are building pent-up demand in China. Construction activity is paused. Beijing is talking about stimulus, about trying to reaccelerate the economy to meet that 5.5% GDP target. If the COVID lockdowns start to ease, then activity could come back very strongly. We could see another reacceleration in the price. Could be a repeat of the fourth quarter there. But for now, until we see some clarity on China's pathway out of these COVID lockdowns, the price is really just starting to grind lower and lower as the weeks go by.
Moving beyond just iron ore, if we sort of extend to base metals in general, throw in there things like copper as well, things that are economically leveraged and things that are tied to, areas such as infrastructure and construction. How much of the price is guided by what's happening in China? How much is more a global story? And right now, the globe is certainly looking vulnerable.
Yeah, so that's certainly a big question for the base metals. You saw last year the base metals were generally doing better than iron ore. People were very bullish on global growth, on things like the green energy trends and rolling out infrastructure for EVs, etc. They'd be using a lot of copper, especially. So people were very focused on the strong global economy last year, plus a lot of those structural stories giving a lot of impetus to the prices. As you say, right now, we're seeing concerns about global growth. We're seeing downgrades to global growth forecasts, and those concerns certainly coming through in a lot of the base metals. You've seen big sell-offs in things like copper and aluminium over the last few weeks. But again, it's all about China, really. For iron ore, China's 70% of global demand. For some of the base metals, it's only around 50%, so slightly less important. But yeah, everyone is in the metals industry is just waiting for the China activity to start picking up again post-COVID lockdowns, and then we should see a lot of price recovery across the board there.
Hi, I'm Emily Tan, and thanks for watching CNBC. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.